Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video.
And of course, the big one, battle system. So, first one is of course the warrior. Steel Cyclone basically gets more HP increase.
Yep.
It's nice, I guess.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's not like game breaking. It's just nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm leveling warrior right now, and honestly, I don't really use Steel Cyclone a lot.
It has its uses, but
Mm,
yeah. So it's kind of just a quality of life thing, really.
yeah, because they took out Bloodbath.
Yeah. They really shouldn't
uh,
have, but you know.
Next one, Fellcleave, Decimate, and Inner Release. Basically, Inner Beast, Steel Cyclone, and Unchained will now be replaced by these actions when using Deliverance. As such, they can no longer be set to the hotbar, which
I think it's
I
just
don't
because
really get this one.
I think Inner Beast and Inner Beast and Fellcleave already switched over.
Yeah.
And I think Steel Cyclone did too, actually. But the only one that didn't change over was Unchained because they were
Um,
separate abilities. They weren't like linked together, even though they fulfilled the same role
bro.
basically. And yeah,
Mm.
so I think that's just like a universal thing.
Okay. So, because I know the Fellcleave and Inner Beast, obviously I have those. I don't have Decimate yet, so I've only had Steel Cyclone. I'm not level 6. I'm only 59 at the moment, so can't really
Yeah,
shake it off. Finally gets a use. Um,
yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's not super great, but it's not bad. It's utility, which is good, what they needed.
it's
So
basically like the Paladin's level
Fine Veil,
70
yeah,
skill. Yeah. But I think that one's a little bit better. I mean,
yeah, but I'm not sure if this warrior one is based off of the warrior's HP or not. It
I,
might
I,
be.
I'm guessing it is, I think. It would be great if it is.
If it is, that would be insane because you just pop till a battle and then that and then
Yeah,
bam.
through a battle and shake it off and yeah, pretty good.
Then you're unstoppable.
But the Paladin one is nice because it has damage reduction. Although the Paladin can't attack, but he will block everything. So, yeah,
Yeah,
pretty good. And buffs across the boards for our lovely Lancer Dragoon.
yeah, pretty much 10 to 20 potency for everything.
Mm,
Um, the gauge got decreased down to 3 units instead of 4, so that's actually pretty good because now it's more often and it was less shit to use, I suppose.
mm, yeah.
But heavy thrust got changed to 10% instead of 15%, which is fine because they got increase across the board.
Mm. It's just everything, isn't it? True thrust, vorpal
Yeah.
thrust, impulse drive, heavy thrust.
Also, the area effect of your AoE is increased, which is useful because that thing missed so fucking often, even though
Oh
it looked
yeah,
like
the
a hit.
Doom Spike.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, and Sonic Thrust as well.
I didn't have much problem with Sonic Thrust, but it was the Doom Spike that freaking
Yeah,
annoyed the hell out of
mostly
me.
mostly Doom Spike that was. Yeah, because it looks like it hits,
Yeah,
and it looks like it should hit, but it just doesn't. It's fucking dumb.
yeah. So basically, all across the board, like Deli said, 10. Um, probably uh the most, I guess, the thing that stands out to me is of course the Dragon gauge maximum reduced from 4 to 3 units, so you don't have to wait that long. And
Yeah,
Gear Skull Ghoul is basically down to like 30-second recast time, which I
yeah, it
actually
makes it less awkward.
yeah, I actually complained about that in my Dragoon video, which I because in Heaven's Ward you can just keep using Gear Skull Ghoul until you run out of um it has a really quick cooldown. and you can keep using it as long as you have Dragon's Blood. So the 30-second one is much better because it lines up much nicely with jump, right?
Yeah, when it was 35 seconds, there's some points in the rotation where it feels
Off.
like you have to hold it a bit, yeah,
Yeah,
to get
it
to
was
line
just
up with the life dragon thing.
yeah. Yeah, that's just the way it is. So Dragoon, man, everything in the game is telling me to reroll to Dragoon. Oh man, Ninja. Deli likes Ninja. It's her second job. Um,
Yep.
a bit sad about that Duton, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned because I think, assuming my assumption's correct that Doten can direct hit, then it's still better than the Suiton in Tenchi Jin.
Hmm.
So that's nice, and it's a little bit of an AoE buff as well.
Mm. And of course, the Tsukichi is gonna be like shoulder tackle now. It won't be
Yeah,
like
as long.
a slow travel. It won't be a slow travel. So
Yeah, it takes forever.
it's a bit awkward in a way sometimes because you still have to use the skill and then click somewhere in order for you to do that. And
Yeah.
that there's a slow like travel animation. So it's nice that they've reduced the speed basically,
Yep.
or increased the speed. Sorry. Machinists. I don't even know what to say with machinists. What do you think of these buffs?
Phenomenal change. 5% to 6%. Awesome. Thanks, I guess. Really outstanding think tank we got here at Square Enix.
I don't know, but like you said, it's the machinist is alright, but it's just not something's off, right?
Yeah, I think it was the utility, but yeah, we got an increase in DPS, I guess. Raid-wide utility. So, I mean, that's something.
Yeah. And next up is Summoner, which I never played, but you have.
Yes, I thought the summoner changes were pretty interesting. So basically, Ruin 3 has replaced Ruin 1 while you're above level 54.
Mm-hmm.
So the potency got reduced a little bit to make up for that, but now it's your main spam ability basically.
Yep.
And when you're in Dreadworm, Ruin 3 is instant as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ruin 4 is now instant as well, just in general.
Is it like an off cooldown now?
Ruin 4?
Yeah.
No, it's still the same. It's like a proc ability, but once it's procced, instead of casting, it's just instant. So it's like Ruin. It's like a buffed Ruin 2, I suppose.
Okay.
Aether Pact is now actually usable. So basically, it gives you 2% to every party member, 2% damage and damage reduction, instead of just like a random party member getting targeted. So that's actually quite useful. It's basically like a weak hypercharge, I suppose. And the cooldown is the same as hypercharge.
120 seconds.
Yep. So that's pretty useful. Not sure how Summoner is DPS wise, personal DPS wise, but I think they were second out of the casters. So that's, but now they've got actual utility, so that's pretty good. That was kind
Were they better than the Red Mage?
Yeah, they were. It was like I think Black Mage, Summoner, and then Red Mage at the bottom for personal DPS. And I think Red Mage is
because of Embolden.
Yeah, Embolden's a bit stronger, I think, but now Devotion has changed. Summoner might be just flat out better than Red Mage, to be honest. So.
And then the Ruin Mastery is basically what you explained with the Ruin 3 and Ruin 4 changing.
Yeah, it's just the replacing Ruin with Ruin 3. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, and also the Ruin 3 cost is reduced. So I guess it's just like what Ruin is now normally. So there's no more like dumping Ruin 3 to half MP and whatever. You don't have to really care about that now.
And let's go to the next one, Scholar, which is just across the board, basically MP cost reduce for most of them. And
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was just going to say that MP cost reduction thing is really good for Scholar because Aloquium was pretty fucking crap with the increased cost. So now it's really quite good. Sucker got a buff, which is nice because it was crap.
Yeah, 150% of the HP amount restored. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, so it's not like a game-breaking change, but it is like a pretty good balance change in regards to the healers. Now it's kind of more viable to take a Scholar, I suppose.
Because what's an Astrologian had about that much, right? I think I heard something about the Astrologian replacing these Scholars, so
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And Fakeress?
Fakeress, when in sick mode, Celine will not activate Fakeress. Well, that's pretty okay, I guess. It just means she automatically does the Asuna, the AoE Asuna thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And another one for you is the magic range DPS role actions has been changed, and I really like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I like this add-all one because now instead of having the awkward timings for like, for the meteors, to get both of them addled, I had to use addle halfway through the Thunder 3 cast, but now I can use it like on the meteor itself or just at the end of Thunder 3 still.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of awkward with like Black Mage, for example, because I can't just randomly press it off global because I'm casting. So
I feel like they should do this with awareness and stuff too.
Yeah, probably.
O3, yes. So sometimes you don't have awareness. You have to pre-cast it in order for you to use it for the next 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah, it's just weird, awkward timing issues with that. So
Mana Shift recast timer, I'm not really.
Yeah, I mean it's useful, but it's not.
Yeah.
Really, it's just
but the I don't know how to say it. Apoptasis.
Apocatastasis.
Apocatasis.
Apocatastasis.
Is another pretty good one that's reduced to 90 seconds. That's actually a really good skill when it comes to helping tanks.
I might actually have to cross roll that now because like it's useful for like Thunder 3 and all that.
Yeah,
kind of crap,
it's really good. With combination with Adol, I think they probably adjusted this for unending coil, huh?
Yeah, I guess there's gonna be a lot of magic damage.
And your favorite skill, Surecast?
Yeah, this one is good too. Now it's actually not awkward. So instead of casting a spell, and then that removes the entire buff, like the knockback nullification, now you can cast like continuously for 5 seconds and it doesn't remove the drawback effect or knockback. So now I can actually use it without having to like use triple cast and swift cast and stuff. So that's really fucking good. Thank you, Square. Finally.
Finally, they finally made it useful. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, it had its uses, but most people didn't really put it in their hotbar, right? Like your average Joe was not gonna put that in their hotbar.
Yeah, because it was just awkward the way they had it set up, where the knockback nullification is kind of like chained to the spellcasting thing. But the spellcasting thing completely removed the buff, so it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Just stand there and not cast? It's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, when I made Black Mage way back when, I was like, I wasn't sure how it actually was working. I mean, I'd use it, and then it'll drop off in the middle of a cast, and then I'll get pushed, and I'm like, what the hell does this skill do? It's not doing what it's saying.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, so... Anyway, let's move on. We're actually gonna probably make an hour video for this. We're gonna hit 1 hour for this video. There's just a lot to go through.
Yeah.
Arcanist, Summoner, and Scholar, basically level 18 skill is now sustained. Level 62 for Summoner is in the Enhanced Ruin 2. Ranged DPS and Ranged Magic DPS classes will now be able to see their own targeting indicators when using a Limit Break action. I'm not sure what that is. Is that the first and the second Limit Break? Because you can't really see it is an AoE, it's right? Like, pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it is the level 1 and 2 ones where they don't have like a blue ring. Do they?
Yeah. So I think that's what it means. The effects for the following actions will not always display regardless of graphic settings. Provoke, Ultimatum, and Shirk. Paladin action Sword Oath will no longer end when logging out. I don't know what that is. I never experienced or never paid attention to it in any case. And just the following effects will now display as status icons when their associated actions are used, which is the Ether Flow, Draw, Royal Road, and Spread, which I find, because I usually, when Saxon was, getting cards, we used to know what he's got on hand, right?
Yeah,
Back
'cause of
in
the status
3.0,
bar.
but in 4.0 they removed that, so I don't know if he's got a card or
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be nice.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. And then finally, new dungeons. The Drowned City of Scala is a 4-man dungeon. Average item level of 300 above is required, so not much there. Personally, not very excited about that, but hey, whatever, huh? It's another. It's something. You must first complete the main scenario quest, so I'm guessing it's part of the story.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. Then we get the new trial, which we mentioned. Shinryu EX, basically. Yeah, average item level of 320, so it's a little bit higher, but it's not unachievable at this point. And I don't know if they actually said here about the reward, but it's definitely 335 weapon. So. And then we get items that drop directly from bosses will now drop from the treasure boxes in the following trials. The Limitless Blue Extreme, boring. Thok as Thok, oh, that's alright. Containment Bay, that's alright as well.
Yep.
And then the Alliance Raid Dungeon, the Royal City of Rabanaster, we have talked about that. That's basically the Evilist one, which we will get left-sided gear, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And weekly restrictions on the Macchi matter and Dunscaith have now been removed. And basically the enter requirements for the Labyrinth of Ancients, for those who don't know, the Crystal Tower, the very first one, they have changed it to 1 tank, 2 healers, and 5 DPS, whereas before you have to have 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 4 DPS. Actually a little bit curious as how they've, adjusted.
Yeah, I'd assume they have adjusted the mechanics for that because
Yeah.
it kind of required 2 tanks.
Yeah.
Something.
I'll be interested to see. We might be able to get it for the 24-man roulette. Never know. Next is basically just the Alliance Raid seals being increased 15 to 30 seconds. Players will now receive the power of Echo in the event all party members are incapacitated during the following trials, which is the Emation, the Pool of Tribute, the Royal Menagerie, and then Emation Extreme and the Pool of Tribute Extreme. So
now we can get through with the raid finder people.
I actually never had any problem. Well, I had few, but most of them have been able to
clear at least.
Clear it. Yeah. So But that's with the at least you put as clear party. So.
It hasn't stopped him before.
And so the Judy Expert Roulette basically will have the Drowned City of Scala there as well. And the weekly restriction rewards on Omega Delta Scape has been removed. So the normal Omega Delta Scape, you can now keep going in there, get your items, that what you need. There's no weekly restrictions anymore. And then we did talk about the Alliance Red Duty Finder. So you have the Labyrinth of the Ancients, Circus Tower, the World of Darkness, Void Ark, Weeping City of Macht, and the Dunscath one. Um, the following duties have been added to Duty Roulette for the Mentors, the Drowned City of Scala, and the Royal City of Rabenaster. Going down further, basically just the Raid Finder, the Minstrel Ballad, Senior's Domain has been added. So they didn't have it before, did they? Is that
I guess not.
yeah? You can now queue on them in the Duty Finder. I don't know why they would even put that in the Duty Finder now. I mean, Raid Finder is the same purpose, right?
Yeah. I guess it's just, yeah, I don't really see the point of that really, but yeah. Kind of weird, but alright.
Next up, basically, Shinri's Domain has been added to the list of the challenges in Stone, Sky, and Sea. Well, that's alright. Following the re-implementation of the Arcanist action Sustain, it cannot be used in conjunction with the Sustaining Potion item in the Palace of the Dead. Moreover, the effects of one will override the other when used. Sure thing, boss. Players will now receive the Brilliant Conviction effect when entering quest battles introduced prior to patch 4.1. I don't actually know what the Brilliant Conviction effect is.
I presume it's just like an echo kind of a thing, I suppose.
Yeah. And then we're just going to go down the PvP stuff because we actually don't do that. But there's a lot of PvP changes. So if you're really into that, we'll go to the Final Fantasy XIV website and you can check out the whole list of the changes for the PvP. Next is items. Obviously, there's added new items for patch 4.1. They will list that in a later date, I'm guessing on patch day. But we do get a good look at the new items, I would guess, for it. I don't know if this is a new crafting gear.
It kind of looks like crafting gear, but I can't be sure.
Yeah. Maybe it is. And going down, there's a lot of UI changes. Obviously, the currency window has now been changed. So you do have the tribal tab now. You don't have to, I think there was another window for that, I believe. The synthesizing is made easier. I think it shows you how much your desynthesize should be for you to be able to have a good success rate.
That's useful because that was a really pain in the ass system.
It was, and I think that's the whole reason I never did the synthesizing.
Yeah, I tried it for a bit and it was just kind of stupid the way it was like set out. So I was like, no, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of hard because you have to start at the beginning, like the level 1, items.
Yeah, you're like,
but when do
leather melts and stuff.
But when do I move on?
I don't know.
So the Fisher skill Fathom is no longer required to activate throughout the oceans. New miner and botanist gathering points have been added. New items have been added to gathering points. The location for gathering points in the peaks have been adjusted so you don't have to be too far away. The time of which the following gathering points appear has been switched, so there has been between the ephemeral lush vegetation and the ephemeral rocky outcrop in Yangxia. New fish has been added from 61 to 70 in the fishing locations. New spear fishing locations have been added to the Ruby Sea. The location for swimming shadows in the Ruby Sea and Yangxia have been adjusted. The success rate for railing a certain fish in Stormblood areas has been increased, which is nice. The vitality attribute has been added to gatherer gear at level 60 and above.
Yay! Now we don't
Yay!
play in one hit. I guess it's like 2 hits.
We were, I think, getting 2 hits, I think.
Yeah.
Depending on
Well,
what.
now we'll tie in 3 hits then.
The number of yellow crafter scripts received in exchange for collectibles at the Splendors Exchange has been increased, which is nice if you're really...
Here's the best change. Here's the best change. Say it. Come on, do it.
Players can now speak Manago to complete custom deliveries.
Best girl, best wife for you.
Uh,
Finally happening. Thank you, based Yoshi.
So, looking forward to getting more red scripts actually, because, well, I'm nearly finished with the stuff for the red script, so I've only been doing the one for the other cat person that you're doing deliveries.
Oh, the Heavenswood one.
Yeah, the Heavensward one. So,
Oh, yeah.
I think Monago will give you red scripts as well, although I'm not sure if she's gonna be giving yellow scripts. But it does say here, by completing custom deliveries,
red and
players
yellow.
can receive guild experience points, red and yellow crafter scripts, or red and yellow gatherer scripts. So I'm hoping, because in the window that they showed somewhere, I believe probably in the live letter somewhere, it didn't show that she was giving yellow scripts. So it's just a bit of odd window to show us.
Yeah.
But it does say there we will get some. And I'm not really a big fan of that because you need a lot of the yellow scripts to get like the gear, and I overmelded my crafter's gear so that I can do like 2 stars with just some macro. So
Yeah.
it's not like you needed anything.
I just want to romance Monaco, so it's okay.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I care about this change.
All right. So next up, experience points have been added to the list rewards for custom deliveries for Zloe.
Yeah, that's the Heavenswood.
Yeah, that's the Heavens War. And the weekly reset custom deliveries has been changed from Thursday to Tuesday, which I don't know why they didn't have done that in the first place.
Yeah.
Everything resets on freaking Tuesday.
stupid.
Just, I don't know.
They wanted to be unique, I guess, but
Next up is display of error in warning prompts when purchasing items from shops has been adjusted. That's fine. The following addition adjustments have been made to retainer ventures. New items have been added to quick exploration ventures. New categories have been added, of course. And Lumithrite ore has been added to 56 to 60 mining ventures.
yeah, I got told by someone that they added retainer jump potions as well.
Oh, really?
So yeah, that's what I got told anyway. I don't know if that's true, but
Well, I think my other retainer is 55 right now, so
yeah, I've never
yes.
done it, so I would probably use the potion because I'm too lazy.
New mounts have been added. Looks like for the Shinryu wolf, you'll get a green one, and you'll get a chair by the looks of it.
The chair is pretty interesting. I guess that's the MGP, one of the new MGP rewards.
Or a craftable one, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Players can now use special action when riding the witch's broom mount. Okay.
I got that mount. I'm gonna use that all the time now.
The Sleipnir mount can now fly.
Awesome.
And new minions.
Flying Odin horse.
Hey, we get a koala! Shout out to us, Aussies.
Aussie. Oi.
New chocobo boarding has been added. Ooh, that is Ixion, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's the big unicorn thing.
And Shinryu one.
Bilbo head. Yeah. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah. And there's definitely the system one, which I'm gonna scroll down because I really...
Planets can be unlocked at level 15,
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff. Oh, friends list is now cross-world or whatever.
Oh, yes, that's correct. Friends list. And the link shell, I believe, as well, you can be cross-world.
Yeah, that means I can blacklist people from another servers now, thanks to Williams. Goodbye, Raid Finder people.
And I think the other new thing is companions and minions can now be summoned at the same time. So you can have a
Really?
minion.
Where's that?
Keep going down. It's basically a screenshot that you have with a minion, Chocobo minion.
Oh, okay, I see. Yep.
So basically the idea is you can have your companion. It's only for Chocobo, and you can have a minion at the same time.
Oh, also, that's another thing we didn't talk about is the simple UI gauge. You've got like a separate gauge now. Like you can make it simplified.
Oh yes. That's
Yeah.
one of the biggest thing. It's way down here, so that's what actually I was scrolling down to. Basically, a bit of a change to make it a lot more cleaner. If if you don't like the way they have done it in Stormblood. Personally, the Paladin is kind of stupid. I'm looking
I mean,
at it, I'm like, don't need that. You don't need to change the Paladin. It's the most simple one.
yeah, I guess, but it's just like a big shield and it's all this crap in the way. I guess if you don't want a cluttered UI, it's useful, but
I don't know. It hasn't bothered me. Maybe the Black Mage one. That's a bit.
oh, yeah, that one pisses me off because when you activate a knock-in, that little like
Yeah.
weird wooden compass thing comes up. I hate
Yeah.
that. It's annoying. It's in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way.
yeah. But the worst one, I think, is the Dragoon one. So it's like I don't know when that eye is gonna open sometimes.
Oh yeah, yeah. The middle one is like weird. It looks like
Yeah.
it's half open, but you can't really tell if it's
Yeah.
like the two or the
So
three.
I'm like, how many times do I need to use Mirage Drive?
Yeah.
So I'll be happy with that. The Bard one, I don't know. I was fine with the Bard one, but I guess it's fine if they want to change it. The Machinist I never seen.
The only issue with the Bard one is that they didn't put like a thing that shows when straighter shot procs. It only shows the timer for straight shot. I feel like it should have had the straighter shot proc thing.
Yeah.
Then you'd have to keep looking at your bloody status bars.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just other changes, subcommands, role playing stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can make Bahamut smaller now.
Oh yes, that's right. For the screen, you can make Bahamuts a little bit. If you have a summoner party member, you can make their Bahamut really small, and that wouldn't.
I'm changing to summoner, by the way.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm gonna record and make your Bahamut really small, just to piss you off.
I assume the large version is just what he is now. Because if it's not, that's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
I want to make him like a big, massive Bahamut.
But that's pretty much it. What's on the patch 4.1? We've hit 1 hour nearly for this one.
Big episode.
This is basically 2 weeks episode condensed into one.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoy it. These are our thoughts on 4.1 notes. At least for the preliminary one. You'll probably expect us again for the actual patch notes. Hopefully I'll get home a little bit early and we'll be able to talk about that and hopefully release it quite quicker than we have. So that's it for this video, guys. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, we'd like to hear from you guys what you think of patch 4.1, the preliminary notes anyway. And I want to thank Deli for coming here with us.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
And you guys probably saw a shakeout or Kristen Langer didn't manage to come. So follow me on Facebook and on Twitter at Munchkins Gaming. Munchkins and Deli logging off. We'll see you guys in the next level. Bye.